Good morning. Good morning. It's good to be on your radio with the program Integrity Watch. Integrity Watch is a one-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It runs from 11 to 12 noon, and it is the primary radio-based communication information dissemination platform of the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is a key advocacy tool that provides essential information around the state to fight against corruption, national integrity building efforts, as well as promotes the culture of accountability, transparency, integrity, and evidence-based decision-making across all sectors of our country. Under CENTAL's National Integrity Building Anti-Corruption Program, funded by the government and people of Sweden through the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, or SIDA, the radio program serves as an engagement coordination platform that citizens and other stakeholders support as part of who are ready and willing to respond to whatever complaint you may file. We encourage our citizens to take advantage and visit us. The Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia is located opposite the John F. Kennedy Medical Center. Just come upstairs, the building just opposite GFK. Come upstairs, 26th Street, and be able to locate CENTAL. There are different services we render at the ALAC. So you can come if you need access to information, you come, our team will assist you. If you need legal advice, you can come, our team will also assist you. Maybe you need interpretation of the law, legal understanding of the law. Maybe there are things that you're understanding and you need advice, legal advice. You come, we'll help you out. So there are different means through which you can also contact us, through which you can also contact us. So the email address is alac@cental.org.lr. It's alac@cental.org.lr. The phone address, CENTAL, ALAC, all in uppercase. So it's AL is CENTAL or in uppercase. We have hotline number that you can call to report issues about corruption and integrity data. So the number to call, both Lone Star and Orange GSM can call this number. So just a short code, 4432, 4432, or just 4432. 4432 is a short code that can call to report issues about corruption. Please, if you are calling the number, please have this your calls. So do not call if there is no need to call. If you need access to information, like we said earlier, you can call and know specifically what type of information you want the team to help you with. Maybe you need legal advice. You can also call 4432 and specifically state what you want the team to help you do. Yeah, so if you call or you want to report issue about corruption, something happening that you're not satisfied with, and you want to report, you need somebody to rely on. Call. Confidentiality is the hallmark of what we do at CENTAL, especially ALAC. So if you report, your name will be shielded, you're not going to be named, and the issue is what we're going to be picking up to follow up with on your behalf. So we have partnership with different government institutions that we're working with, including the LDC responsible for investigating and prosecuting cases in Liberia. So we have memorandum of understanding signed with the LACC to help in this process. Like we have always said, the fight against corruption cannot be won by the government alone. It requires all of us, wherever you find yourself, from our homes to our workplaces, from the market to wheresoever you find yourself, in the traffic, wherever you are, you can start from somewhere. Change starts with you, and you must be the change that you want to see. Let us begin the process just by retrospecting or introspecting on what we can do to help fight this madness of corruption in our country. We have working sessions talking about that. But discussion on the Integrity Watch radio program are very civil and very informative. So they have zero tolerance. They will have zero tolerance on the use of effectives. So if you come on this platform, we disallow any effective on this platform. No denigrating comment. So today is Wednesday, the 24th of November, 2021, and this edition of the program is going to be looking at CENTAL's activities over the past week and discussing other national issues. So before we go to what we've been doing over the week, let's go to the next segment of our program called Little Things That Matter. Under this segment, we just want to speak specifically to some key issues, but most importantly, we want to talk about the issue involving what we see to be like abuse of power or something similar to that. Over the past time, we've been flowing in the media about a lawmaker and a citizen. That issue has lingered for some time now. With this at the center of a car. The center issue has been a purchase of a car or something around that. But that is not the main thing that drew our attention, is not the transaction, but the letter that has been circulating that's said to be emanating from the office of the senator to the court. According to the content of the letter that seemed to have come from the office of Senator Milton Tiaji, the senator is saying the lady said she has issue with the senator surrounding a transaction with a car, and she took this matter to court. The court called for hearing for a summoned the lawmaker. The lawmaker saw that as an affront, and he wrote back, and not only did he write, but he threatened that the next time this is repeated, the judge is going to be summoned and held for contempt. I mean, because the summon from the judge to the senator, according to him, it impeded the work of the senator. So the summon, according to the senator, came on a session day. So it means that the judge is trying to interfere and trying to impede the work of the Senate by summoning a member of that Senate. Now here is our take. We all strive and have been advocating for the rule of law to be the center of whatever we do. And if that must happen, it means that we or those who are in the driver's seat, who make the law, should be the one who should be abiding by those laws that they claim to be passing in the interest of the people. If a matter arises between you and a citizen, and that matter went to court, and the court summons you, the best thing to do is to appear before that judge and either exonerate yourself from that matter, and you can proceed with your work. But if you tell us that by summoning you to the court, it means that the court is trying to impede the work of the Senate, I think that was totally wrong and out of order, Honorable Senator. If we must ensure that our democracy is strong, our democracy is respected, it means that we must abide by the rule of law. No matter where you find yourself, be a senator, representative, an ordinary citizen, we all must respect the rule of law. We must see the court as the central the central pillar of our democracy. Because without a strong and vibrant, independent justice system, our democracy is doomed. I say that again. Without a vibrant, strong, impartial, and credible judicial system, our democracy is doomed. So who's supposed to ensure that our democracy or our court system is respected? We are the one, including you, Honorable Senator. You're supposed to be the one taking the lead because you pass laws that should be in the interest, quote unquote, in the interest of the people of Liberia, the people you claim to represent. So if you are passing laws, it means that you too should be the one who's abiding by those laws that have been passed or existing laws. So you cannot say a court order the judge because you threaten the judge with contempt of court because you feel that he's trying to impede the work of the Senate, and you generalize it, in fact, that it impedes the work of the Senate. Honorable, that was totally out of order. We must respect the rule of law. Similarly, another lawmaker and a citizen, or two citizens, had an issue. Reported that the lawmaker was moving and his vehicle accidentally touched another citizen's vehicle. Accordingly, the lawmaker moved on, and the person followed. They followed, and he went to the capital, and that incident occurred. But I'm not looking at what preceded, but I'm looking at the action, what happened. I'm focusing on what happened because the lawmaker, rather than taking this lady to the court again, they agreed to send this woman to jail, she and her brother. And they sent them to jail for obstructing the lawmaker or assaulting the lawmaker. But we have said, and we will say this again, we do not in any way support citizens disrespecting their leaders. We would not, and we would not in any way encourage that to happen. If you elect somebody to occupy a particular position, that portfolio goes with respect, and you should uphold them because of the portfolio they occupy. And as humans, we should treat each other equally with respect and dignity at all times. At least to talk about ones who's leading you. So those who are leading us, we must uphold, we must treat them with respect, and we must know that they occupy positions that carry some level of respect and due, with respect due those portfolios they occupy. So if you are in the habit of disrespecting your leader, you must desist. It is wrong. No matter who you elect or who occupy a position, whoever that person is, so long they occupy a position of leadership, you should show respect to your leader. Constituted authority must be respected, and we should not in any way try to disrespect our leaders. On the other hand, leaders should conduct themselves in a way that they will earn the respect of the people and maintain the respect due the offices they occupy. If you are occupying a particular position, that position goes with respect, and you must maintain that respect for that office you occupy. If you do, the one thing about respect is earned. Respect can never be bought. You can buy respect. No way. You earn respect. So by earning respect is you conduct and respect you even without you occupying a position, without you being in leadership. You can be respected just by the way you conduct yourself. At least to talk about you being in leadership. If you are in leadership, it means that you should be the one to lead by example. If you had an incident with a citizen as a leader, the best thing to do is to stop on saying and engage the person. If you are wrong, it's nothing wrong to say, I'm sorry. But if we always think that because a leader, so it means that I should do no wrong, that should not be the case. And especially those who are serving in different leadership positions or in government. We should not forget the people of Liberia, they are our employers, and we are their employees. things we wanted to talk about. We will take a break. When we come back, let's take a break. When we come back, okay. Yes, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about our talking points. Let's take a break. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for being there, and welcome back to the program. Capital Wash. Like we said, it's a uh, 1 hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency in Nigeria. It runs from 11 to 12 noon and we are today on Tuesday, 96.1 FM here in Painesville. So, Interpreter Watch is the primary radio-based communication information dissemination platform of CENTAL. So today we have come to talk about CENTAL's activities over the period. So on Sunday, a team left Monrovia piece of information to demand from their leaders accountability and to help them take action the country's social development projects listed on the internet. So you can go there and have access to what county is supposed to benefit from what, and how do we get those information. Those pieces of information placed on the CSDF trackers are gathered from the county setting resolutions or from the budgets and other documents for the counties. So we get the county setting resolutions. So just a little background to resolutions. So all of the counties, they have special time. They have their time, the calendar, where they bring the citizens, people from the districts, bring them to, in the county, bring them together, and they will decide on what project to go in a particular community. So all of those projects are cataloged, and they are placed on a document called the county resolution. So the county city resolution is the one that have all of the projects to be implemented in a particular county at a given time. So we get all of those information and we put them together and we'll be able to put it on the website. So it is that resolution that would bring and make the people to be aware of what's supposed to be done in a particular area at a given time. So all projects that are implemented, they have start date, they should have start date and end dates. I carefully say should have, because some projects are endless, no start, no end date. They have it. Some of them are ghost projects. They are mentioned in the resolution, but they are never in existence. Every county, every time the projects are they become in resolutions, but they are never seen. Some will start, some for years, for over 13, 15 years. We have some projects that are like our executive management project. We don't know when it will ever end. Every year we have money going into them, into those projects. The same are happening in the counties. There are projects that are in the counties that keep chopping money, and you can see the progress being made. So when we bring the people together, we be able to tell them about these things. Then we also have the advocacy and legal advice center. So there are engagements held under the advocacy and legal advice center where we go to communities and create awareness about what mechanisms are in place or what mechanisms are in place to report issues about corruption and integrity related. So we do all of these in the communities. We bring the stakeholders, people together, marketers, and everybody come together. We are able to talk about issues about corruption and how all of us can fight corruption. We also go to marketplaces and all of that. Then we have the Integrity Club. So the youth engagement program under which we have the Integrity Club, we have students who've been trained, and they also have been engaging with high schools to create awareness about corruption. So they are under the Integrity Club. What do we intend to do with this? Young people are often seen at the center of everything that happens, especially violence. When you talk about protests, most of the time, most protests are organized. They are organizers of protests, but most of the perpetrators are young people. So we saw the wise that we need to engage these young people so that we can keep their minds engaged. And add mind is the devil's workshop. So if we engage them, train them, teach them about integrity building, if you are engaged, your mind is engaged, and you are thinking about positive things, no one will easily come to you and tell you let go protest. You don't know why are you protesting. Some people get into the street or even protest, don't even know why they are there. You just see the police jumping in the street. And when you ask them, why have you come here? They will not tell you. They don't even know. So if you were your mind was engaged with something positive, you wouldn't just jump into the street because you saw somebody there. And you will not even jump into the street without a genuine reason. We are not saying protestation is not part of democracy. Protestation is part of democracy. That's what strengthens our democracy. But there should be ways in which we protest, to be ways in which we present our petitions so that we can be heard. Vandalism is not part of protestation. That's not the type of protestation we're talking about. When we keep them engaged, we're going to change their minds. We're going to keep their minds engaged, and they will be able to be agents of positive change. And they can help others go into the communities and create awareness. Then we also have the radio program. We have this program that helps you, keep you engaged, telling you about corruption, and, creating awareness, being stakeholders to talk about corruption. And we also have the National Integrity Forum. So the National Integrity Forum brings together all different integrity institutions and civil society organizations. So the GAC, the LACC, the FIU, the LERTI, all of them, they come under one umbrella called the National Integrity, able to engage with one voice. When they speak with one voice. So when people are together, they are more powerful than when they are scattered all around. So if they come together, they can be strong and there is strength. So thank to the government of Sweden for the support under this NIBA program that we have, we've revitalized that NIF, and they are engaged. And they have been carrying out activities, and they will be doing more activities come under this next phase of the program. So these are things. So in Bangla, the program we had was under the Advocacy and Legal Rights Center. So we brought people together in the community to talk about corruption. But there were a lot of things that people share, and we share with them our set of corruption reports. And we asked them, what do you think? Yes, we sampled view of people, and people said 90% of the people who spoke to said, yeah, corruption is high in Liberia, and they gave their reasons why. They talked about, sectors that are prone to corruption. The health sector was high, police come next, and all of that. And the people were able to, they shared all experiences as well. Top among that was a lady, Nyama, lost her grandchild at the CB Doma Hospital because of the same act of corruption. Nyama has taken her grandchild who was in labor to the hospital for treatment, and doctors and nurses on shift asked that they deposit a certain amount of money that they never had. And because of that, the lady struggled and cried until the child did not survive. So after the child has passed, it was when the doctors or nurses came to carry out cesarean section on the lady to take out the expired baby. I mean, she explained, and she said, when I heard that people were coming, I wanted to share this impact of corruption, what corruption did to me as a person. And there were a lot of experiences shared. People shared a lot of experiences that they've had with the health sector, with the security sector, educational sector. No, too much, too many things happen in the educational sector. Not positive things, but too many bad things. And the perfect recommendations. One of the recommendations they brought forth robust monitoring and supervision of all of these different sectors. According to them, because of lack of supervision and monitoring, the health sector is just open to just the marks. Drugs get supplied, and the next day, the drug vanish, the supply vanish from the hospital. All nurses and doctors have private clinics and drugstores. Where are they buying? What the supply chain the drugs from the places they work? So the people are saying to control supplies that go into the hospital, it means that the Ministry of Health should have to have people who are credible, very credible team in to monitor things that are going into the field. And the team should be able to regularly update the ministry about what needed in the field. And they said the issue about impunity is not the thing that causes corruption to take place in almost that has led to corruption taking place in all sectors of our country, because people don't see people punished. So they say when people are punished, people are accused, they go to court and they go to jail, or their properties confiscated and sold or auctioned, and the money back revenue, people, it will serve as deterrent. People will be afraid to get engaged into corruption. But as it stands, I mean, everybody justifies why people are corrupt. When the person is connected to me, I justify that, yes, even though it happened before, what happened? When it was happening that time, what happened? Is that what we're going to do? The people are saying, no, let's stop this thing about justifying corruption because it is connected to us. And they talk about people coming to power to declare assets. People should be clear with what they come into offices. Let them be clear and say, I came with this. And tell us what you came with. And after every promotion, the law provides that you should declare, if you are promoted from this position to the next position, declare your asset. And after 3 years, you still have asset. But that is not people, they had the assets. They don't even declare. The LACC found it very difficult to have people. The judiciary, I mean, they found it difficult. Appointed officials, they don't want to declare their assets, some of them. So the people are saying, let people be able to declare their asset to know, for us to know what they are coming with. So if you got appointed to a particular position and your salary is $500, assuming, and you got maybe per diem or other things that follow, or other allowances that follow, assuming that you're making $1,000. So in less than 1 year, you put up a structure that if you calculate your, assuming that you make $1,000 per month, you make $1,000 per month, and in 20 years, you work earning $1,000 without doing anything with the $1,000. In 20 years, some of the structures that people put on in less than 1 year, in 20 years, if they put their money together without using it, they cannot build those structures. We need to be very clear and very robust with prosecuting people who are accused of corruption. And they're also saying that there should be rotation. Staff should not be in one county for more than 5, 6, 7, 12 years, one staff just in a particular county. Let there be rotation. When they start working for 1 year or 6 months, you rotate them, take them from here and put them, carry them to a different place. So when people are grounded, then they have clique. They have a clique, a whole cartel of corruption. So they're saying, let's rotate people and we will reduce corruption. I mean, there are a lot of recommendations that they brought forth. So we went into the field, we were able to gather all of those information. And the essence, another team is expected to go back into the field beginning next week. So the team will be going to the field for different reasons. A team going to the field and then they will be engaging. But one of the things that we're going to be looking out for will be to verify information that county resolutions came up with, projects that they have on the county, different county resolution. For the matter of fact, we have all of the county resolutions, all the 7 counties we are working in. This project is implemented in 7 counties. It's Montserrat, Ball County, NIBA County, Grand Bassa County, Riverside County, Bombing County, and Baporo County. So these are the counties. So all of the 7 counties, we have their resolutions. So they have resoluted a couple of things that they're supposed to do. So we are going now to do our own evaluation, to see for ourselves what are the projects they said they will be implementing in these counties. So then after that, we will go now and organize the Open Expenditure Forum that will inform the Open Expenditure Forum, and we can update our website so people can have access to people to know what are the projects that are ongoing, what are the projects that are not, that have not started, what are the projects that are ghost projects, and we can identify some of them. Some of the projects are abandoned. Some projects started, the bush had overtaken them, but it's still putting money into resolution for those projects. So we're going to verify all of these things. Then when we go to the Open Expenditure Forum now, we can inform the people, tell them that these are our facts, these are our findings. And when these people come now, the county authorities, when we bring them, they can be able to answer to the people. Know that these people are accountable to you. I said it the last time and somebody wanted to say I was inciting people. No, I wasn't. The people who are elected or the people who are serving in different positions, they are accountable to the citizens of Liberia. So why would I say that in terms of I'm insulting somebody? Are they not accountable to the people? They are. They are accountable to us, and they must be at all points. Anywhere we want them to, any question we have, we need to ask them. And if you are in a community and a particular project is to be implemented in your community, and you have the right to ask for the blueprint of that project so that you can be informed. So if they said they were going to build a bridge that costs $15,000 or $45,000, and they earmarked particular materials they're supposed to use for that bridge project, you have the right to ask them to see so that you can see the blueprint to know what the contractor is supposed to be doing in that particular community. $45,000 from your county social development fund to that particular project, you have the right to ask. And then if they are they're supposed to use crushed rock, certain size of steel rod, and you see them using lot of rocks and using steel rods that would not last that particular project, you have the right to alert and tell them that we are not satisfied with this project because what on the paper is not what we're seeing them doing here. It has happened in most communities. People get contract, they go into the communities and they use ladder rocks to build bridges. And after 6 months, those bridges are all ruined already. So that is what we are doing. Under this program, we seek to empower people with information. So we're not inciting people. We're only telling them what is right that they're supposed to know. And you can also demand. If you don't know something, you don't demand for it. Only what you know is what you ask for. So if you know it, you will ask for it. So that is why to make the people to know what they're supposed to benefit and what, how corruption can interplay, how corruption can impact them. So because if people are stealing drugs from the hospital, that is the reason why Manyama lost a child or grandchild, because corruption was taking place in the hospital and the nurses were asking for her to pay a certain amount of money and she never had that money. She lost her grandchild. And there are a lot of stories about this. A lot of stories. People have awful experiences that they have about different services, security sector, educational sector, health sector, the marketplaces. So these are things that we were engaged with in the field of recent, and we just wanted to share that with you. You are out there and you have your own experience. What have you experienced with these different services? What's your story that you want to share with us? We can give you a few minutes so that we can listen to your story. And all of these things are, all of these pieces of information are informing us. They inform us, and then we can be able to advocate for what needs to go where. So as part of our programs, what has happened is the research that we conducted, it has shifted our advocacy to the health sector, because the health sector was, identified as one of the sectors that was prone to corruption. So we try to shift our programs in the advocacy toward, advocating rather for the health sector. So these things help inform our advocacy. The piece of information we gather from you, they are the ones who help us to decide on which direction we can focus our advocacy, on which sector we need to focus our advocacy, or which sector we can include in our programming so that we can be able to help the people of Liberia. So we can do this. We cannot do this by ourselves. We have to do it with you. That is the reason why we come here, to talk to you so that you can give us your feedback. So we want to open the line so that you can share your stories. What do you have to share? What's your experience with our different service delivery? If people in county had their experiences, they share, and they made recommendations, silly recommendations. One of which talk about, getting impunity, making sure that people, accountability, supervision. Supervision should be very paramount. Robust supervision should be considered. So we now open the line. The numbers to call 0770 0770175162, 0770175162, or 0886474563, 07701756162, or call 0886474563. We have a first caller on the line. Good morning. Okay, we lost that caller. If you are following us on Facebook and you want to leave your comment, we encourage you to leave your comment on our live Facebook feed. Integrated TV is streaming this live on Facebook. So we have our first caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Your name and where are you calling from? Please lower the volume of the radio. Let's hear you. Your name again? Can you shift a little bit without getting you at all? Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, my story is that I was renting a stool from a fuller man over 10 years. So I was defaulted. I could not able to pay the following year. Instead of asking me or writing me, or we went into an agreement, writing me, his dog went to the court. He brought us a victory warrant for me. He just, I was already in the court while he brought a victory warrant. He took my things outside. All my things like this.
Let me ask you. You were renting and you defaulted on the payment on the rent, right? You defaulted, right?
Yes.
And then he went to court.
Yes.
And the court authorized him to evict you. Is that what you said? The court is the right place to go.
Yeah, but when I received the warrant, I went back to the court to address myself. He took police people, they forcefully evicted me.
Did you see the warrant from the court?
I received it. I want to redress myself to him.
Okay. Okay. When you got the warrant, you went to the court to address yourself to the concern.
Yeah, the concern.
And then in your absence while you were at the court, and then he evicted you from the place.
Yes, he told my things outside.
Was
everything was vandalized in the court, then so good. They took all my thing away. And when I wanted to have gone back to the court, somebody about me, I'm money there. Don't go to court with him. He will defeat you.
No, I think the best thing for us to do is don't always assume that this was supposed to happen. Let us take advantage of the law. And let us not assume that when I go there, this is what's going to happen. So if we do that, we're not going to be helping ourselves. It is a system that we have. The legal system we encourage everyone to utilize. So if you have problem with the court and you got evicted from the court, the best thing to have done was to test it before the court. So thank you very much. Your points are well noted. 077017516208864745563. What's your experience with service delivery? How can we all fight corruption in Liberia? Let's hear this. Let's call it. Your name and where are you calling from? Come again. Your name is? Mr. Morris, let's hear you.
I call him the word in for the rotational aspect of the employees.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to appreciate you for that. And I think if we live in that direction, I think we will stay away from corruption. Because I noticed that most of our ministries, agencies around who have been there for more than 10, 15 years, and they have gathered that man has been more about corruption. So they cannot leave the place because they are the only place they can follow. And there's no action to the job. So I want to have to appreciate you for that. I think we can work on working that is okay, like work. Thank you.
Okay, Morris. Okay, thank you. Okay, Morris, support that we rotate. We rotate employees, people who are providing services. Let's rotate them. Support that recommendation. Let's hear you. What's your experience? What would you recommend? How can we all fight corruption in Liberia? What are the different things that you think we need to do to help curb the menace of corruption in our dear country, Liberia? Mind you, the country we have, the only country we have is Liberia. It is only you and me that can make it better. Nobody else can do it except you. So the change that we want must start with us. We must lead this process. That is what we are doing. We are doing this to help the process. So you too can help by just doing little things from where you are. You can make the difference. How can you help this process? What can you do to make a difference? We all have a duty to this country called Liberia. We must uphold the flag and maintained, make sure that our country is recognized and is strong amongst the committees of nations. Let's hear you. What's your experience? 077-01-75162, 0886-474-563. People of Chief Compound community in Bond County made recommendations. They share their experiences about how corruption has impacted them in different ways. Corruption impacted them in different ways. My young man shared her experience about losing her grandchild as a result of corruption, and other people had different awful experiences that they shared. I mean, you too have your own experience, and you too have salient recommendations that you can offer so that we all can make this work for ourselves. So nobody else is going to do it. It is only you and me can make this country better. So the system is what we must always utilize, the rule of law. We should not assume that this is going to happen, so I'm not going there. It is what you have, so utilize it. Don't allow anybody tell you, say, because this person has money, so you go to court with the person will win you. So if you accept that and you just sit down. I mean, and that is sometimes responsible for people taking the law into their own hands. So if you go and sit down and the person the person went to court and you got evicted, sometimes people now look for different means to react. And not be the legal means. The best means is the legal means. So if somebody offends you, the best thing to do, proceed to court. No matter how you think about the court, It is a system that you have. We can make it better if only we utilize it. We cannot stay away from it and think it will become better by itself. We must expose those things that are happening. If lawyers, judges try to solicit bribe from you, we have the hotline number. Call us. We are not afraid of going or bringing judges to ask them why this happened. We can equally do it the same. There are different channels we can use to chastise or to ask people to be able to get in touch with them and ask them and tell them these are things that we are gathering. So we can find a solution to this together. So we have our hotline number that you can call, 4432. Call 4432 and then we can be able to help you out. Electricity provision, we know all of these things are happening in the community. People supposed to go and do a particular work, and then they expect the community to pay them over what is being paid by the government or whatever contracting agency that they're working with. I mean, these things happen. But if you don't expose them, we will not know them. It is only you and me that can make this to work. If we try to expose people, it will help us to make it better. But if we keep shielding people because we don't want it to, we don't want our name to spoil, or we don't want, because the person is close to me and all that, it's not going to help us. So we must expose issues that are affecting our country, and we must be able to talk about it. Let's just take the one phone. It's a second. Hello, good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Agidi County.
Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, the issue with corruption, the only way we can fight corruption in Liberia, except those in higher up, the leaders are willing
to do it.
If
okay.
they're not willing, it will be very hard. Because each time thing come out, when you want to say, hey, they say, oh, how about those that serve in 12 years? You're not seeing them. We are the only one that are seeing. So the only way we can really fight corruption in Liberia, except when the leaders are willing to do so.
All right, thank you. Thank you. We are out of time now. Okay, he said, except the leaders are waiting. So the program you have been listening to is called Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday on Truth 96.1 FM, and it is a primary radio-based communication and information dissemination platform of CENTAL. My name is Sam Zota. I'm the Media and Communications Officer at CENTAL. My colleagues Mark Bondao and Geraldine T. Wendy have been behind the camera, making sure our visibility goes beyond the studio. Join us next Wednesday for another edition of the program. Goodbye.